Okay. Martin Shkreli. Sure. We'll watch this and then we'll watch some of the AJW video, but me, dude. Oh, wait. I should have read this. We're good on that. Good on this. Okay. This guy's going to be crazy. All right.
Streaming on Kick. Oh,
Destiny and Hasan are not smart. Wow. What is he doing back here? It looks like he's just running like a, can you ping with like a, and keep pinging it? Is there like a command for that? I haven't done any of that for a long time.
I have one viewer, isn't that great?
Dash T, is that it?
This is Amy. I love you, Amy. Yeah. Amaranth is a star now. This is Hasan Abi. You know what I don't understand about these Twitch people is they're not intelligent.
He has an SM7B and he doesn't have it set up correctly, and that's why it sounds so up. The streamer mic, the meme mic. Oh boy.
I hate it when people say like, I don't know why it bothers me so much, but like Hasan or Destiny or something like that is like interesting or intellectual. It's like it's because you've never seen the real thing. Like they equate being able to communicate effectively with intelligence, and it doesn't work that way. Yeah, write a paper, do something, solve a proof, show me anything, like literally any objective measure of intelligence at all.
Solve a proof? What does he mean by that? Like learn a proof? Or does he mean like solve an unsolved proof? Or like solve something that's unsolved? What does that even mean? What?
Amaranth is pretty, man. She's very pretty.
He means throw up a 940.
They don't use big words either. It's just it's like a form of debate or something. I don't know. It's like just rhetoric that leads people to think that they're intelligent and
Math proof, I think. No, yes, he's talking about a math proof. But I mean, is his measure for intelligence that you should just like learn a proof and now you're like super intelligent, or does he want you to like solve some unsolved theorem or whatever? Or what? Like it's just that's like such a weird. That's a stupid person's idea of a smart person. Is like, can you memorize a proof? What? Okay, that's an interesting way of like trying to ascertain somebody's intelligence, I guess.
You can measure intelligence in a lot of ways, but to me, like, there's, I don't know, man.
What's wrong with this SM7B? Not enough power. The SM7B needs a lot of gain in order to like catch a clean signal. He might have enough gain, I'm not sure, but it sounds like he's overloaded the fuck out of the low end. He's bass boosted a lot, but it also sounds like he's clipping somehow too. I don't know if you can clip by just increasing the volume on the channel without enough gain, but something, yeah, everything about this is fucked right now.
That's not the way I do it. No, I think that really smart people can be coherent. I just think that it's hard to, I think you're an intellectual fraud if you.
I thought you guys were chill. Does he hate you again? I don't know if he hates me or not. I'm just saying that this is not like a good, in my opinion, it's not a good objective measure of a person's intelligence, as if they can like recite a proof or not. But it just seems like a really memey way of.
I just think that it's hard to, I think you're an intellectual fraud if you, I got a private message from NiceHas. Okay. Whatever. I don't know. I feel like if you have a ton of intelligence, you should apply it in a way that, would, I don't know, like augment your life or something like that. Talking on Twitch wouldn't be my first choice. Doing these like faux debates with like other mental midgets. And when I talked to Destiny about it, he took it so seriously. He was like, this community I built. And it's like, dude, shut up. Like, go do something real. I mean, it's this like new entrepreneur where like you can become a millionaire, streaming. And it's like so cringe. Because it's like, do you want to do anything more than that? And it's like, no, I used to play StarCraft. I'm pretty satisfied with this. And it's like, can this scale? Like, how are you going to scale that to like become really wealthy? It's like, no, don't need to scale it.
Wait, so is it about doing something with your intelligence to contribute to the world, to expand on your intelligence, or is it just to grow wealth, or what are we even defining here? Like, let's say somebody's a really good Broadway actor. Like, do we shit on them for not trying to find a way to make it to Hollywood? Or it was just such a weird. Why am I watching this?
Which is what it is, right? Like, I'm not gonna blame dude for wanting to do things that way or whatever, Okay, this is an interesting position. I've been in 100 million times, but I have to probably think a little bit. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, Kami, but like, if you were truly smart, right, truly brilliant, why would you like worry about $1 million or something like that? That doesn't make a lot of sense. You would worry about becoming, really wealthy if you thought if you actually believed that you were really smart.
What is being really smart? Like, what was Einstein's net worth by the time he died? I don't understand what being an entrepreneur or being in the business of trying to increase your wealth is a different thing than just being smart. You can be really smart and find a way to leverage that into becoming really wealthy, but that's not everybody's goal, right? Why am I watching this?
There wouldn't be a lot of purpose or point to like, trying to make a quick mill, streaming, which is like so stupid. Like, it's like such a weak, dumb kind of like career. And look, Mr. Beast has found a way to scale it. But like for so many of these people, it's just like, oh, here's a quick buck, like cool. Sorry if that's too loud. Yeah, so Liquidia stock has like more than doubled. Don't say I never did anything for you. Intelia will do the same, don't worry, just take some time.
Dan
I don't
just
give a
became
fuck
this
if he's
guy's
going
number
through a
one
divorce. I'm not a fan of his. He'll lick my balls.
Wait, how old is this video? Or maybe somebody just said that and he thinks it's recent, or?
Okay, I need a decent move. All right. This is kind of wild.
Oh, speaking of
It's probably a
stock,
really bad move.
where are we at today? My NVIDIA and CrowdStrike bros.
Let's see, Queen E6 maybe coming. I should probably just break through. Oh yeah, okay.
This video is
interesting now.
old. Oh, is it? Is there like a date somewhere?
So this is hanging. I don't really care about that pawn, do I? Because if he takes it, yeah, he's got bigger problems.
How are you at chess?
Good.
I know what all the
is he gonna
pieces
take
do.
here if I move, yeah. Okay, I can actually do something like this. Okay, here's the pressure. Do I have to take here now? I think I do. Whatever.
My CrowdStrike is almost even
down a
again.
pawn.
Oh my god. Almost even. We're like
There's
right
nothing to think about
there.
here. Okay.
Oh,
There is something for me to think about.
it's at 271. What did we buy it at? 273 or 272?
Is there a sack here? No, I don't think so. I'm eyeing this like back rank mate, but it's not real. Okay.
I'm just a master caller, guys.
I wish I was good at chess.
Ride
That'd
with
be
me.
sick. I don't have the time. Yeah, he can't. Can he take? I don't think he can take, right? I don't know what this accomplishes.
Hold on, Dan. One more video.
Later on in the hour, tips for stretching out your vagina without having a baby.
But first, in today's tough economic times, money stresses can really be overwhelming.
Yeah, but help is on the way. Author Christine Eckert is here to show us some exercises to reduce stress. Hi, Christine.
Good morning.
Hi, Jim and Tracy.
Christine, I'm so glad you're here. I'm about ready to snap.
She is.
The first thing we're going to learn about is problem visualization.
Okay.
It's a simple method for reducing stress by assigning an image to represent your
Well,
anxiety.
that sounds
Okay.
simple enough.
Okay, the first thing I like to do is imagine my money-related stress as the most disgusting, terrifying creature I can think of.
Okay.
I like to imagine an ugly, greasy little creature with a hooked nose and oily black hair.
Oh, he is scary.
I call him the Grabbler because he's a greedy little monster who wants to grabble up all my money. Now close your eyes and picture the Grabbler.
Okay, there he
Now
is.
think of all the problems your Grabbler is causing. He invented interest rates like the ones on your credit card.
Oh.
He's taking the jobs because Grabblers only hire their own kind.
I just want to get rid of
Now
him.
imagine the Grabbler slowly disintegrating like a pile of ashes blown away by a purifying wind. And now you're in a peaceful meadow full of lilies swaying in a gentle breeze.
Oh, that's
They're not
nice.
scheming or trying to rob me.
Oh, well, that really works.
Ooh, what a relief. I feel so relaxed.
Now, this image visualization works for other kinds of stresses besides money, right?
Say you had an argument with someone at work. Take that social stress and visualize it being due to a blabbler.
Blabbler. Well, look at that.
Blabblers represent all that negative energy we experience when dealing with difficult personalities. You know, the kinds of people who love to argue and complain in nasal voices.
Oh, I know
Yes,
people
and
like
stresses
that.
are everywhere,
Right.
too.
They are. They're always lurking like rats. You know, that's why sometimes meditative exercises aren't enough. So take your mind off your stress by doing something good for yourself. Exercise.
Oh, I know.
Okay,
I feel
excellent.
better after my yoga class.
Right, right.
I will often go for a long walk in the middle of the night and throw flaming bottles at certain houses, or even sneak in through the back doors and light their curtains on fire while they're asleep.
Working up a sweat to rid yourself of that stress. All right, well, Christine, thanks so much for being our guest this
Thanks,
morning and sharing
Christine.
your advice. Everyone should check out Christine's new book, The Solution, Kill All the Grabblers, and it's available in
Jesus
bookstores now. And when we come back, why you don't have to wait until after you're 40 to have sex after 40.
Wait, hold on. I'm trying so hard to understand this comment. We just watched this. They were better, but the Onion is still funny. Yeah, they are still funny to me, but these guys don't like it because their humor is shitting on Israel and conservatives more and less subtly than they used to. They've always mocked right-wingers. Who is they here? Because their humor is shitting on Israel. The quote tweener. This, wait. Huh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, I have to do a poll. Wait. This skit that we just watched. Who do you think this skit is making fun of? Hold on. Who do you think this is made for? I'm curious. Who is supposed to laugh at this skit? Question mark. Who's supposed to laugh at this? SJW/woke/left people, or anti-woke, anti-SJW/conservative type people? Well, Thale Frastus, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Yes, the construction noises. I can hear them. All right, what do you want?
I wanted to, what do you think about that Martin Shkreli stuff?
I don't know. Apparently it's from Christmas.
Oh, it's not new?
Yeah. Why?
No, it's just, I don't know, it's less exciting than if it's not new.
Is it? Does it change it much, substantively?
Well, I'll say that I don't think it's a good look to chase money. I don't. One of the things he said there is like, "Oh, destiny is so stupid," or maybe I'm paraphrasing, but it sounded like he was saying destiny is so stupid because he could be richer or he could do something else. And I think we've talked about this before. And like, if you woke up tomorrow with $1 billion, what would you do different? And like for me, the answer is like fucking nothing. Like maybe I would have a nicer car and a nicer house, but like I'm still coming on. I'm playing Rust, doing exactly the same shit as I'm doing now. And I think, I don't know, I guess that thought doesn't cross his head. The idea of chasing money for the sake of chasing money is kind of stupid, right? Like the money is supposed to be a tool to buy you time, and I feel like he just doesn't get it at all. Is my thinking, at least. I don't know if you agree with that, but
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's true. The only time I can think of where it matters is like for people that are like competitive about it. Like it's a defining aspect to be making more money or have more money than other people. So you would want to keep making more and more. That's the only thing I can think of, maybe.
oh well, sure. I mean, if your only drive in life is to like make as much money as possible, I just think that's sad though. Like if that's all you have to offer the world is to make as much money as possible. Like, and also even on you and your influence, like I understand that Martin Shkreli was certainly in the news all the time back in the day, but I think I would be naive in saying that you have much more significant of a social impact right now than he does, as far as
Yeah, but I don't think he's
changing the way
thinking of he's not thinking of social impact. He's thinking of like potentiality to make money. And you should be doing everything you can to maximize like making money. It sounds like that's what he's talking about.
I guess. Also, so he has this new this is something that kind of made me question things. So he has this new, I don't know, startup or whatever that he's doing. And it's like, I think it's called Shogoth or something like along those lines. It's a
Trump's
GPU
money and
or a web GPU thing with the idea that you can make money without any hardware by going to his website and like you'll earn tokens. And I think I asked him in one of his public chats, I was like, why would anyone do this when companies like NiceHas are around? And he had no idea what it was. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, this is a guy that's supposed to be a genius on this thing, and he has no idea about the largest provider of where people go if they have extra GPU resources, where they go to do. Like,
I think
it's all
he's
about,
to some extent. I think he
yeah.
is a scammer. Like,
I mean, you would have to know about this, though. No, like,
I mean, did you hear what the excuse he gave for all of his crypto getting robbed? Assuming that he didn't just flat out.
That was the porn. That was the porn thing. Right?
Yeah, assuming he didn't just flat out steal it. He said that what happened was he torrented a porn video, and then in torrenting it and downloading it, I guess he ran the executable that came with it instead of the video, which somehow either it keylogged him or rootkitted his box in such a way that people got onto his system and got his crypto wallet key or something. Like, all of it. It's just stupid. It's insane. It was like an insanely stupid.
So the options in your minds for that are either he's the type of person that would click an exe, like porn.exe. That's either option one, or option two is that he didn't do that and something else happened.
Regardless of, yeah, it's one of those two things. I think option two is more likely, but it's just not a very tech sophisticated answer. Even if you did get scammed, it just isn't very smart. Like if he knew anything about tech, he could have made up a better scam even, but he doesn't. He's like kind of tech retarded. Keep in mind too, not to sound mean. How long was he in prison for?
I think it was a few years. I think. Fuck, I
like
don't know.
it might be because is he a bit older than us? Is he in his 40s? Oh, 30. Oh, okay, he's 41. It might be possible.
He's definitely older than us. Oh my god,
sure,
so
yeah.
much older.
It might be too that like because he was in prison when all the NFT and crypto stuff came out, so maybe he just never learned anything about them, and he's like a bit older, so he just doesn't know as much maybe about it. So he's just kind of like trying to scam or grift on this coin thing, and he doesn't really.
I mean, the thing is, the coin shit. It's always. I mean, it's filled with interesting shit. There's two parts to the coin stuff that I think are interesting. One is I do believe in the idea of a decentralized web. I think that's super powerful because it allows you to create middleware software. Like essentially, the idea is. I mean, very simply, the promise of all of this is you like Facebook, but you don't like using the Facebook front end. Or you like Twitter, but you don't like using the twitter.com website. The promise of all this decentralized shit is that, like, you can use whatever client you want. And you currently can't do that with any website, right? You're forced to use Facebook.com or the Facebook apps, or they sue you. It's like an interesting thing. Louis Rossmann invested in or is advising an app called GrayJ, which is like an alternative user interface for YouTube and Patreon and a few other things, and that's getting sued. And it's a tough spot. I don't know. It's just so crypto has that one good thing, but then the problem is it has the bad parts of it, and the bad parts is it entices people to launch tokens because it's like the idea is very simple: buy my token, and it's going to go up in value. Mm-hmm. And at least from what I've looked at I think his main one which is this GPU thing. So the idea that, again, you can go to his website and make tokens by letting your GPU do AI for other people, like, do whatever, is just a flop right away. It doesn't matter if the technology is good. It's a flop because if you have a GPU, you're better suited going to NiceHas, which will, if his stuff is worth so much money, it'll automatically do that on NiceHas. If there's something better, it'll do that. Basically, NiceHas is just software that evaluates like hundreds of different coins that you can quote unquote mine, right? And it just chooses whatever one is the most profitable. And at the end of the day, it pays you in Bitcoin, right? So even if you believed in his stuff, you're better off mining something else and then just buying it, buying the token on the market. So yeah, he didn't know what it was. At least when I typed in his chat, what do you think of NiceHas? He's like, what the fuck is NiceHas? And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. So
yeah.
I
just think it's all. I think he's just a scam artist. I think that's all they're trying to do. Yeah.
But see, the thing that I don't know is he could he lives in this state of limbo where I don't think he's ever declared bankruptcy, even after everything that's happened. So, and I think he had a stake in one of his companies that was worth a lot of money. So he could be worth, I wouldn't be surprised if he was, there's like two options. It's the same thing that we say for someone else.
I'm going to say no, he's no worth. The only reason I'm saying this is because I think he was forced to sell off stuff that he probably wouldn't have wanted to. One being that Wu-Tang album, right? If he actually had some liquidity anywhere, I don't think he would have been selling off possessions
I don't know if it works like that. I think that when the government comes after you, basically they put a lien on everything. And then they start going after stuff. And I think he had some money in stocks or something like that. He had like an E-Trade account, I think, if I remember. But he also had like his equity stake in some big pharmaceutical company, which was probably worth like $100 million or something along those lines. So it's what we say about that other guy. I wouldn't be surprised if it's either option. Either he's broke or he's worth tens of millions of dollars. But I do know there's like, from what I read at least, allegedly, there's like lawsuits against him from his attorneys and things like that. I don't know. That doesn't bear super well for like, if you're not paying your attorneys, that's usually not a good sign. Mm-hmm. But I have no fucking idea. It's always an enigma, these things. But the whole thing here is I think it's stupid to chase money. You should do what makes you happy. And you'll live a way better life than some fucking billionaire that spent all day buying and selling real estate, trying to, I don't know, be the next Trump or something. It's unironically the stupidest thing to do. Yeah. Said the rich guy. I mean, I guess.
You know what? What somebody should try to do, and it would be unpopular at first, but somebody should try to do this. Somebody should try to make like an NFT or some kind of blockchain project, but there should be absolutely no connection with any financial markets. It should just be tokens that you hold that have no monetary value. I wonder if there would be more success and stuff like that, because like the technology is cool, but the instant you connect these things to any real financial markets, everything becomes instantaneously fucking retarded because you're inducing all sorts of bad action.
You can't use it as a currency anymore.
Not even necessarily as a currency, but like the project itself just becomes like basically taken over by people trying to make money and scam people for it. And people think that they have this idea that people won't contribute to something or work on something if there's not a monetary attachment to it. But unfortunately, and not to sound elitist or mean or whatever, these are just a bunch of like new fags on the internet that have never been part of like these old communities where people contributed so much time, so much effort. Mm-hmm. Bro, I remember the old torrent websites, like you lived and died by your ratio. And the amount of times that people would try to like procure like rare albums and shit and then rip them on like special DVD burners that would like take bit perfect copies off of like, and not all of this was just done for ratio. None of this was done for like any monetary reward. You can get paid on any sites.
A lot of open source stuff, all of the editing on Wikipedia, it's all the same thing. Like there's people that you would be surprised that it wasn't their full-time job to edit Wikipedia.
100%. Or it was. They did more, or some of the people that would contribute to these projects are doing more work for this shit than their actual job. Yeah.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah, but people are like, well, there's no money involved. Nobody's going to want to do. Like, fuck you. The people that are only involved for the money are like the last types of people you want involved in these things, anyways, right? Yeah, but
fuck. I wish I could find it, but there was some study done that just showed that people that commit to open source or Wikipedia were happier than those who got paid to do the exact same job. Basically, like They enjoyed it more and they did better work as a result, even getting paid nothing. Mm-hmm. Like I think that's kind of interesting, but I don't know, man. Chasing money sucks, but as far as the crypto stuff goes, I don't know how many use cases there are. I can think like some are more natural than others. Like for instance, I think a natural use case of the blockchain. I don't know if I've said this before. I probably did. A natural use of the blockchain would be Carfax. You familiar with that?
Yep. Yeah, we've talked about this before. Anything tracking
yeah.
unique information or stuff like that can be verified by other companies.
Stuff that somebody else might want to fuck with in the future, right? That you don't want to trust a third party, right? A Carfax is a great example of that. Like, first off, all of these auto industries are now cutting out the middleman, right? So you don't have to, the repair shops and everything else along those lines. I don't know if they pay or whatever, but they don't have to pay to submit data or look up data. And on the same part, users don't have to pay to look up data on a car. It's all, just on the blockchain. It's free. You can just look it up, and you can't fuck with it once it's done either. And you can track it. Like that's a really cool, good use of the blockchain that makes perfect sense. And you can have some compensation built into that as well. Like when a dealership updates the information on a car, like they get a token, and that token has some value that you can use to look up another vehicle if you want to. Like I think that's a great use. It's something that you can't trust that the third party won't manipulate the data. But most shit's not like that. Most shit doesn't need to be on the blockchain. And the only reason it's there is just so that people can pump and dump their coin to make it have more money.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's a single, I don't know if there's been a single good NFT project. Like not even one. That's wild. Or if there has, it's so small that no one's even heard of it. No one cares because you can't pump and dump it or make money off it somehow. Yeah.
I think, the NFT thing in general just seems so stupid to me.
Well, I mean, I think like we talked about this in the past. Like, if you wanted to use it to like verify like physical assets authenticity on a digital blockchain, I think that's like a decent idea. Like an NFT for your Rolex watch, and then when you sell it, you can verify that it's the actual watch or something. Like,
well, you remember you can't. So if you talk about a Rolex, and imagine at the back of that Rolex, there instead of being a serial number, it's a hash, right? So. And then there's also with that, so you have that watch that has the hash, and then there's another card that comes with that Rolex. So it's two parts. You have the public key, which is the hash that's printed on the back of the Rolex, and then you have a special card that's the private key. And the idea would be whenever you would sell this Rolex, okay, you would put a new entry in the blockchain saying, hey, I sold this to, K Jewelers, and then K Jewelers would now be the new owner on the blockchain, and you could be able to go and track your Rolex all the way back from the factory through every seller, and that way you would know it would be legitimate. The problem became what happens if you just have two Rolexes now, and they're both sharing the same public key and private key. And it's like, do you know, like, okay, this one was sold a year ago at K Jewelers. It's possible they just didn't update it in the blockchain, and now I'm buying it from this guy. So it doesn't actually necessarily solve the issue.
Well, wouldn't you make sure? You would try to make sure that it's always updated because there'd be like a buyer and a receiver or something every time, right?
You could certainly try to I'm not going to buy any Rolex that I can't verify 100% that's gone every step of the way. That would be like one thing you could do. I guess there would be like a penalty on watches that didn't have that with them. But even then, you could still clone it also. Like if you're a bad dealer, if you're a bad dealer, you could potentially sell two of the same Rolexes on the same day with the same public key and the same private key. And anyone who looked it up that maybe wasn't that tech savvy, and that's, again, this is assuming that every buyer is going to go and look it up, they would still be identical, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is a Rolex and it's owned by this shop.
Well, sure, but if this was actually technology that was implemented, it's not going to be buyer looking it up or some bullshit. Somebody's going to, or multiple people will design cute little front ends for this, where you'll just have like the Rolex authenticity app, and you would download it on your phone, and you'd like scan the hash, and then it would automatically verify with the blockchain for you. There'd be cute front ends for all of this. Nobody would ever be interacting with any weird, obscure wallet tech or anything like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's possible. I mean, but anyways, we haven't seen much of that. I don't know if there's any. I'm trying to think about like what is the most widely used crypto project that is actually useful?
I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum are still the two largest ones,
well,
right?
I mean, yeah, but that they're used mostly not for what they do. They're used mostly for their speculative
Wouldn't it be
trading.
Ethereum? Aren't there like a ton of like side chain? What do you call
Yeah, but
those?
I'm asking which project built on Ethereum.
Oh, I have no fucking idea.
Or, like,
I don't
what
know
is,
if there's
like, what is the
anything.
number one?
I don't know if
Yeah.
there's literally anything that. Yeah, that's how fucked all the blockchain shit is, which is so funny when you listen to people talk about it 10 years ago.
You know what it must be? Casinos, fucking casinos, and markets and drug dealing. That's the best use case of Ethereum, if you could count it. Now, granted,
Well, but that's not even.
It's not running on it, but it's kind of running on it. You know what I mean?
Not really. It's not using any of the tech. It's just like that's like a currency exchange. It's like Forex basically.
One thing I didn't understand is people said that you can do like sports betting on the blockchain. Who decides? Are you basically relying on everyone like miners to agree like, oh yeah, the 49ers won that game? Like, is that what the thing is? Or is there a person that can kind of come in and do it at the end of the day? It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know.
But casinos are certainly cool because you can verify that they're legitimate. You can verify there's a certain take that they make, right? That's a cool thing. Like, and you can actually put the entire casino code, I think, on the blockchain, and then just put a front end on it. That's cool. A lot of the CS:GO and skin betting sites all are built on various crypto shit, and they're like, hey, listen, go check this out.
Have you ever heard of helium? Some guy in chat really wants you to recognize helium. It's built on blockchain
Helium.
tech.
It's a mobile phone thing. I think I use it. I have it. I have a helium thing. I use it because it's insanely cheap in Miami. In Miami, I don't know how this is the case. I just use it as a backup internet hotspot. It's $5 a month, unlimited. It doesn't make sense, but it's only in Miami. It's only in Miami Beach right now, I think.
Okay. Well, that guy wants you to talk about it, so there you go.
Okay, well, so helium is probably a good use case. I think a better example of a project, but it's not there yet, would be Mysterium. Mysterium is very simple and it makes sense, but it's not really, again, it's just using the token as payment. The idea being you have an internet connection. How would you like to get paid for other people to use your internet connection? And basically that's the whole system is built off of that. It's like an underground VPN network where anyone can run their own VPN node, and you get paid in the tokens as people use your shit. So I think that's a decent use, but the software itself isn't built on crypto.
How do they connect to it? Is this just for cell phones or
the Mysterium thing, or for what?
this like using your internet? What internet are they using?
This is like you run software on your computer to share your internet as a VPN for people.
Oh, as a VPN. Wouldn't they already have to have internet to connect to it then, or what's the point?
Well, this is different than helium. This is not anything to do with helium at all. This is just like, it's exactly what you think it is. You run software. It's like you put a proxy on your computer, and anyone can connect to it, and they pay to use your internet as a proxy. So, I mean, it's an interesting thing, but I mean, I would fucking never do it. But yeah, and there, the whole thing. NiceHas exists today. If you have a GPU, when you go to sleep, you could run that software and you could make money. Okay, you could make money while you're sleeping with your GPU mining some other coin. It'll mine whatever is the most profitable coin, and people don't do it. And the reason why is just not enough money into it right now. It's all come down to shit. So all these people that are trying to push like, oh, we're gonna be, whatever. There's just no money in it. If there was, more people would do it. It would drive the price down. The competition would go up, and then it wouldn't be worth it. That's exactly how it goes. Electricity is the driving factor. Sorry. Oh, this all started because of Shkreli. But apparently, I don't know. We don't know if that's new or not.
Yep.
They blurred the bottom of the time.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
I want to watch this AJW video, okay? Be careful. Is this Tiger Gang guy going to kill me if I talk to him, or?
In person or no?
No, I think it's all online, so.
I think the guy is a redneck. Like, he's missing teeth and shit.
Based.
Joe Exotic? Did you not watch the
I've never in my life. I haven't seen a single thing of it, no.
No, I don't think I would be worried. He's like I think he's like 15 IQ or something. Like, you're actually going to talk to, like, I'll tell you what, these dang tigers, they're pretty good. That type of shit.
No.
Good luck.
Have fun, be careful.
Bye.
Yes. Is he debating you out of prison? Yeah, I guess it's going to be on a Zoom call. I don't even know how they're allowed to do this, but... Oh, I don't know if there's a bomb about to blow up my house. Real quick, this skit was making fun of like conservatives and crazy people. I don't know if you guys realize this. I don't know why 30% of people said that this was supposed to be for anti-woke or anti-Semitic people to laugh at. The joke was how horrible the tropes were. That was the joke. Okay, I'm gonna grab a Red Bull. Wait, just one quick question. Can I output one quick question? The Black Magic Pocket Camera 6K. This can output video on HDMI and something called, is it SDI? I think. If I do the SDI or whatever out, is there better quality that comes from that versus the HDMI out, or does it not matter? Is it SDI? No, it's not, is it? Your camera doesn't have SDI? Wait, does it not? Does it only do HDMI? Oh, yes. Oh, I love this. Oh, no, it only has HDMI. Never mind. Yes, this is what I love. Yes. There's no way to take a higher quality feed out of these cameras. All I can do is the HDMI thing, right? That's all I can take out of them, I think. Whatever.
And journalists like myself and you is that we do reporting, right? We are part of the process of digging up new information, whereas a lot of what news influencers do is taking headlines, screen grabs of them, and sitting in front of them green screen style and reading off the news to their followers.
That's a fair point. And in some cases, what they're saying is, here is something the media will not tell.
Okay. Chill. She made it seem like I'm just like I'm one of these TikTokers that does the green screen style. Like, look at this headline. That's crazy. Okay. I thought we were friends. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. I feel a little bit. I don't think that's what I do. I mean, I go through articles.
That's not what she's talking about. We don't. What she means is that streamers or influenced people like us, we don't do any original reporting, which we don't. We don't go on the ground. Well, I do. Sorry. My bad. People like Hasan. If you don't actually go to a place and gather new information or do any like original like talking to primary sources and collecting new information, then yeah, you're going over the news. You're not reporting the news. You're not a reporter. You're not a journalist per se. I mean, can a journalist be somebody who writes about other people's work? I mean, maybe, but.
And journalists like myself and you is that we do reporting, right?
We don't do reporting. Well, I mean, technically, I guess you can say with my Israeli interviews, maybe I kind of sort of do. But in general, we don't do reporting. 99.99% right. Like, we don't do reporting. Do your Blackmagic lenses work on Nikons? I have no idea. Would it be worth it to get Nikon Z6 to do 4K over HDMI? I don't think we have to shoot in 4K. I don't think we need to worry about that shit.
We are part of the process of digging up new information, whereas a lot of what news influencers do is taking headlines, screen grabs of them, and sitting in front of them green screen style and reading off the news to their followers.
That's what we do. We read the news. That's what I do. I read the news. Yes, I don't do any original reporting on my own. That's true. Now, when she says grabbing the headlines, that's a tinge of like negativity there. I don't know what the full context of this conversation is, but
fair point. And in some cases, what they're saying is, here is something the media will not tell.
Okay. Chill. She made it seem like I'm just like I'm one of these TikTokers that does the green screen style. Like, look at this headline. That's crazy. Okay. I thought we were friends.
Yes, we are pundits. That's why I describe what I do as punditry. I'm a media pundit.
I thought we were friends. I don't know what's happening here. Okay. I feel a little bit. I don't think that's what I do. I mean, I go through articles.
Sir.
I understand you're radioactive because of the edgy jokes here, but it's a shame that Hasan is invited to the Dean's interview. I was invited. I just didn't want to. I don't want to go and do that because I don't want to be. Listen, I'm streaming a lot right now. I got a lot of shit I'm working on. I'm putting in good hours. Okay, I'm focusing on that. The idea of ending up going to this event and then I found out that like, oh, I can only stream for 1 hour or 2 hours, and it's just like I don't want to just fuck that. And I don't want to be there's a way too high risk of being stuck in areas talking to people that I don't want to talk to and then being trapped here for hours. Fuck that.
But you had an executive order where you created a federal rule forcing hospitals and insurers to publish all their prices.
Yep.
Right? So that people would be able to know, okay, if an MRI costs $600 here and it's $5,000 there, then I can go here and save myself money.
Right.
But that hasn't even been enforced. Like hospitals.
Biden got away with it.
Hospitals and insurance companies, they're still not showing their prices.
They hated it.
Of course,
hold on, I'm sorry. What is
federal to me and is against the American people because hospitals and insurance companies get away with hiding their prices from all of us, and literally they can charge whatever they want. You know, it's like you sign up and say, yes, I'll pay. You trust the hospital, but then you get home and the bill it's whatever, you know, which pretty much feels like some form of extortion to me.
Okay. This kind of feels true. But also, I think you can argue it. I don't understand how any of this works. Okay, so this is what I would remember. Okay, so in California, when I live in California, I would usually go to a hospital to do STD tests because sometimes the clinics won't do blood tests. And if you want to test for like HIV or HSV 1 or 2, I think you have to do blood tests for those, unless you have like an active infection, like a swab or some shit. So, but when I would go to a hospital, I would ask them like, okay, how much money does it cost to do these tests? And they'll tell you some number, like, oh, to run all these labs will be $400 or whatever. It's like, okay, cool. So you would go in, you'd run all the labs, or no, you wouldn't run the lab. I'm sorry. You'd go in and they would do urine sample and then all the blood draws, and then you'd go home, you would get your results, and they would either call you or they would do like a website. They started to do a website, which was much nicer. And then every single time, I don't know why, I would end up getting a letter in the mail, and it would be like, oh, here's your bill for like $1,800. And I'd be like, okay, what? Why? First of all, I already paid at the hospital. So why am I getting a second bill? Also, what the fuck? This is way more expensive than that. But then I would call the hospital and I'd be like, hey, what's up? And they'd be like, hey, how's it going, Steve? And I'd be like, yeah, so I got a bill for like $1,900. What's going on? I thought I paid all this to the hospital. Like, oh, well, that's like the charge for all the labs and everything. It's like, okay, but I already paid you guys. And I thought you said that it was like $400 or $500. Like, what's the deal? And they're like, oh, yeah, that's probably right. Okay, you don't have to pay anymore. And I'm like, is that it? Like, yeah, bye. I'm like, okay. So I don't know. I don't know I don't know how any of that works. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know fuck all about anything having to do with hospitals. I have no idea. Maybe it was different because labs are run by different companies in the hospital and they were only charging me for the actual tests. How many times did that happen? I would say it happened like half the times I went to get labs. That would be my guess. Literally half the times I went, I would usually expect to get a bullshit ass thing in the mail like within a month, within a couple weeks. I would get some huge bill and then I would have to call them. And then sometimes I would call them and then I would get another bill later that was like reduced. And then I would call them and be like, oh no, you have to pay those $72. I was like, okay. I have no idea. I don't know. But I don't know how. I have no idea how any of that shit works.
That's what it seems like to me.
It's a form.
But you had an executive order where you created a federal rule forcing hospitals and insurers to publish all their prices.
Yep.
Right? So that people would be able to know, okay, if an MRI costs $600 here and it's $500, right? So that people you had an executive order where you created a federal rule forcing hospitals and insurers to publish all their prices.
I wonder, what pre-existing legislation would authorize the federal government to make that rule? I'm curious. Huh.
Yep.
Right? So that people would be able to know, okay, if an MRI costs $600 here and it's $5,000 there, then I can go here and save myself money.
Right.
But that hasn't even been enforced. Like hospitals.
Biden.
What is wrong with you that you need monthly testing? I never said I got tested monthly, but also if you're having active sex with different partners, you should get tested somewhat frequently so you know if you're getting disease or spreading disease. Also, there are some STDs like for chlamydia or gonorrhea. There are some STDs that when you get them, you don't have any outward symptoms, but they can cause long-term damage if you have an infection for, I think, over 12 to 18 months. I think chlamydia and gonorrhea can cause reproductive issues in men and women if you have them for a long time, and you might not be symptomatic of an infection. So it's always good to get tested somewhat regularly if you're having sex.
Got away with it.
Hospitals and insurance companies, they're still not showing their prices.
They hated it.
Of course they did.
And because it would have made it very competitive. And Biden let it go. He never enforced it. And to get that approved was a big deal. And that would have brought down the price of
so many things.
Not only, just care, right? Care, physical care, mental care. That would have brought down the cost of care by 50, 60%. And Biden and Kamala didn't press it. It was.
Okay, I don't even know what we're talking about right now. What is this? Don't know, don't care. The Wire journalist. Oh, yes, more noises. New debate strategy.
But let us begin with some visual examples of what this has to mean. A prepubescent.
Whoever clipped this, from the bottom of my heart, fuck you.
But let us begin with some visual examples of.
And I can't even boost it. I can't watch this. Whoever made this clip, I can't watch it. Fix your shit. I have no idea how you guys complain about my audio shit and then you clip shit that's honestly like inaudible. Or actually, here, I'll mute my mic and then you guys can turn your computer volumes all the way up to the max to. Oh wait, watch it here. Is there a Twitter clip? Okay.
Let us begin with some visual.
Oh, it's a Twitter clip of the streamable. Oh my fucking god, you guys are actually fucking retarded.
Example.
Okay, I'm muting my mic. Good luck.
Greetings and
Nope, not you.
But let us begin with some visual examples of what this has to mean. A prepubescent vaginal depth, which I'm going to represent here with this socket. It's about 2 inches, just so you understand. This is the average depth of the vagina in a prepubescent girl and girls in early puberty, which really doesn't stop until you reach the end of puberty, where it ends up being somewhere around 4.5 to 5.5 inches. I have the medical documentation to prove this. The average Arab's penis is about 5.5 inches. I'm going to represent that here. Again, we're just talking about averages. I'm going to put these side by side so that you can understand the distinction here. You see is 5.5 inches. You see this is 2 inches. Okay? To express what this looks like in comparison, it's very important that you visually understand this. In order for Muhammad, who I think definitionally would be a pedophile, to have done 0 damage to Aisha, which is in conforming with the Muslim lantern conditions of, quote, not hurting the girl. In this case, I would say Muhammad's penis would only be able to be roughly 1.8 inches in order to not actually, 1.8, damage this woman. 1.8 inches. But let us begin with some visual.
Jesus. Christ. This is how a lunatic copes. I watched Joe Biden Monday night, and I was amazed at his anger at being humiliated by the Democrats. I was happy to have played a part in his demise, and that it all began on the evening of June 27, 2024, the debate in which I was heavily pushed and promoted, which I think was heavily pushed and promoted by Comrade Kamala Harris. She knew what was going to happen, and so did everyone else. It led to a first-ever coup of the President of the United States, who is now unhappily sunbathing on a beach in California, watching the waves and thinking how much he hates Barack Hussein Obama, crazy Nancy Pelosi, and lightweight movie star George Clooney, who failed to come to Crooked Joe's defense. The good news is that I believe Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States, who served with the worst vice president in the history of the United States, is now seething. I don't know why he gave up. I don't know why he quit. He got 14 million votes. She got none. He's an angry man now, and he should be. Turn down the rhetoric, guys. This is why... This is unhinged. Jesus Christ. If I were to tweet out, like, well, at least I can think of 2 people who won't be voting for Trump, do you think people would understand that I'm referring to Ashley and Corey? Or do you think that's, like, too obscure? Too obscure. Do the GOP still not wonder why Trump only ever says Obama's middle name? They would never admit it. No, none of them would ever admit it. Ever. Never. Ever admit it. That would be the most gaslighted moment of your entire life. Why do you guys say Barack's middle name so much?
Oh, it's just more official. It sounds more official.
No, fuck. Okay. All right, I'll be back. Give me 1 minute. Hold on. I'm going to grab a drink, and then we're going to do AJW stuff. Oh, boy. This was linked earlier. Awake self-intubation. Anesthesiologist intubates himself. An intubation doesn't always have to be with an incision, right? Biden budget called for new tax on wealthy Americans and corporations, business owners, including a controversial idea to tax unrealized capital gains on income for those with more than $100 million. That's never happening, okay? And it sounds stupid.
All right, hey guys, I'm Ian. I'm an anesthesiologist. Today I'm going to be going over doing an awake intubation under topical anesthesia only. This makes a pretty cool party trick, but it's also clinically relevant. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over the ASA difficult airway algorithm, but if you're at all familiar with that, part of the decision tree is consideration of awake intubation. There's lots of different ways to go about doing this. In practice, most people will use a little bit of sedation, but if you use adequate topicalization.
2.
All right, so as far as doing the transtracheal block, laying somebody supine with the neck extended if possible is helpful.
No shot.
I have a pretty prominent laryngeal cartilage, or thyroid cartilage, so it's pretty easy to find the landmark. If somebody doesn't have good neck range of motion or they're obese, it can be tricky. But what you want to do is palpate and hopefully delineate where the cricoid cartilage is inferior to the thyroid cartilage. And then after cleaning the skin, go through and inject. So my friend's going to demonstrate that here.
I thought it said he was intubating himself. Someone else is helping, though. This doesn't count. No, he's just doing topical anesthesia. Oh my god, they fucked it up. Oh no.
Coughing's good. Helps to spread it up and get the bottom of the cords. All right, so that was a transtracheal block.
Anesthesia down here won't ever impact your ability to like breathe, right? Or would it? This is your esophagus, right? The throat thing. It doesn't rely on feeling or whatever to stay open, right? I would imagine not.
People are going to cough when you do that. That's good. That helps to aerosolize the local. Next, I'm going to try something a little bit different than what I've done in the past. Hopefully this works. If not, I've got a backup plan. It's always good to have plan A, B, C, and hopefully this looks smooth. If not, then it'll help add some extra stuff to your toolkit.
Anesthesia isn't paralysis. No, I'm aware of that. But not having feeling back there is weird. Like, I think swallowing is really weird. I just remember everything felt very strange when I had my wisdom teeth removed. When this is all numbed up and you don't have any feeling back here, it's very fucking weird.
So what I've got here is some 2% viscous lidocaine. What I'm going to do, you can hear I'm a little bit hoarse now from my vocal cords getting anesthetized, so that's totally normal. I'm going to gargle some viscous 2% lidocaine, and what that's going to do is hopefully anesthetize the distribution of the glossopharyngeal nerve. That's mostly important in that it will block the afferent limb of the gag reflex. That's you really want a dense glossopharyngeal nerve block.
Absolutely,
that can be the trickiest one to get because the salivary glands, even with the glyco, there tends to be some pooling of saliva back at the edge of the tongue. So if I need to numb that further, I'll show you how to go about doing that. Otherwise, hopefully this will knock it out, and then when I swallow it, it'll go down threshold. I've got a...
oh my god, he is going to do it to himself. No shot. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. He won't do it. He can't do it.
Good times. My fallback is drop 2 cc's of 4% light tube, further anesthetize that.
Oh, okay. He's not doing, he's intubating himself, but he's not doing the, what is it called? Is it called like tracheal intubation? What's it called when they cut you open down here? Okay. He's doing the, so that he can get the tube down without him trying to like cough it up and shit, everything, right?
To try to further
and it being extremely uncomfortable. Oh, tracheotomy? Tracheotomy? Wait, I want to call it tracheometry, but it's not that. Tracheotomy? How do you pronounce this? Oh, tracheostomy?
Tracheostomy.
Tracheostomy.
Anesthetize that. So let's go ahead and give this a go here.
Ugh, why is he doing this? Look at him go.
All right, so here you can see that Ian is breathing through an ET tube.
Imagine if he did this and then ran a marathon. How much advantage would he have being able to breathe right into the... place? Wait, where does this... Wait, I just got really confused. Hold on. When you breathe, it doesn't go down your esophagus, right? There's a thing behind it, right? How far down? It's like to the... I don't actually know where in the back of your mouth the oxygen goes. The larynx, the trachea, the larynx, the trachea. Where is this guy at? That's why it's called a trach. Man, look at this guy. Okay. He's getting it right to his lungs then. This is such an advantage. Oh my God. He's taking so much oxygen. He could hook a supercharger up to this.
He can't talk because the tube is in between his vocal cords, but he can maintain his airway. He's ventilating, no issues. And that's how you intubate yourself.
All right, well, hopefully that was educational for you guys. And maybe a little bit entertaining. There's other videos out there that go a lot smoother than my attempt here did, but sometimes that happens in real life and you got to have backup plans. So hopefully seeing what I did to correct some of the residual gag reflex was helpful for you. If you guys are interested, then put it in the comments. I'm more than happy to do another video that kind of goes through some of the other techniques that are available, some of the anatomy and situations where this technique might be beneficial. If you're trying to get good at medicine, hit that subscribe button, and then if you like this video, smash that like button, and
I'll give you a like, bro. We give likes here. Doesn't this guy look like someone? Yeah, the one actor guy from, I forget his name, the Whiplash kid. A little bit.
Abortions have you had? How many abortions have you had? How many abortions?
Bro, please don't do this to me. My God. What's going on with our microphone here, my friend? Holy shit. Tyler 1 doing DNC interviews.
How many abortions have you had? How many abortions have you had? How many abortions have you had today?
DNC. I'm getting paid by George Soros to have an abortion on the stage with no drug.
Which way you going? Which way you going?
What do you mean, which way?
Which type of abortion?
What kind of abortions are there, Jack?
There's pills, there's tools, there's number of ways.
So it's going to be on stage. So a normal person would think that they would use tools, right? And vacuum it out and do all of that. Like if I took a pill that takes several days and nothing happens, you won't see anything. So you should probably study how female...
Jesus. Are these plants in the audience to make him look bad? Well, who are these people? Oh no.
Study how female anatomy works. And
how many...
Damn. They're paid protesters. True. How many abortions have I had? 12.
You want to get crazy? You want me to throw more beers out? You want me to body slam somebody? You want me to body slam Kamala Harris? said, do you want me to body slam Kamala Harris? You want me to drop the leg on Kamala? Is Kamala a chameleon? Is she Indian? Okay, I like it. Ow. I'm gonna get heat for that one, brother. That was not me, that was the beers talking.
Remember, Democrats, okay? And we should complain about this, okay? Keep complaining about this, okay? Because it is really scary. Remember, the one path that conservatives have to victory is if they keep making these really weird, racist, sexist remarks. I think that's the one way they can win. Man, I hope Republicans don't continue to do these really fucking weird, sexist, and racist attacks because, man, they're so effective and so powerful, and they're vibing so much with so many people. Oof.
Who bought it all? How disgusted we're all when we see, all of us are, when we see 3 days ago when we viewed their parade. Who bought it all? How disgusted we're all when we see, all of us are, when we see 3 days ago when we viewed their parade.
Okay. Do you think the anti-Israel group, like those that protest the DNC, but not the RNC, it seems, have a legitimate shot of causing Harris to lose to Trump? No, I don't think so. I don't think anybody cares about these people. And these people don't even vote anyway, so.
All kinds of people, and she was effective in getting things done. One of the things she pushed, which we succeeded in, was $35 insulin for senior citizens. Now we're going to get
Matt Walsh working on his new epic-owned YouTube video.
it for everybody.
What's your response when Trump takes credit of that?
Trump takes credit for so many things he doesn't do and gets the blame for a lot of things he does do. He's lost his bearings, as we can see, day by day.
Senator Chuck Schumer, I know you've got a lot to do on the convention floor. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Great to see you.
Anderson, back to you.
Gabriel, thanks very much. Scott, I interrupted you.
He takes a cheap shot and then he work with all kinds of people and
You don't understand turnout. Republicans have to court that undecided racist voter that just doesn't know who they will vote for in November. I can't tell if you're trolling or not. I think you're trolling. The undecided racist voter. Okay, because turnout is important. I don't even necessarily maybe mind the racist attacks. Maybe. I don't, but like I said, I don't, nobody agrees with me. Maybe I'm vibing this one out. Who knows? I could be wrong. But I just do not think that Republicans are racist today in the same way that they might have been 25 years ago. I don't think that those types of racial attacks are effective. I don't think it's good messaging because Republicans were trying to grow their base of voters of different types of people coming in, and you had your more popular, like Ted Cruz and Rubio speaking Spanish, and all your black conservatives and all these people. So the idea of like going back to that really old kind of like old racist white conservative playbook just seems really stupid. And then the sexist shit is just really dumb. You have to stop alienating your women voters. Holy shit. What did I read? Was it something about like women voters polling Florida? I only saw the headline of this. I didn't actually read the article, so I don't know what polling data backs this up. A new poll released by Florida Atlantic University Political Communications Public Opinion Research Lab Pollcorn Lab on Wednesday found Vice President Kamala Harris with a 10-point lead over Trump among female voters in the former president's home state, with 53% supporting Harris and 43% backing Trump. In April, 48% of Florida women supported President Joe Biden. Like, Florida is pretty conservative, but like a big enough swing in women voters could theoretically fuck over Trump, yeah? especially with a feisty black lady running as president. I don't know. I would have to see. I haven't seen or torn into like the current polling data for Florida. I don't know, but the problem is like I try to think of things in terms of cost benefit. Like, what's your payoff? What's your payoff, and then what's your loss? Like, what are you looking at? What's your upside? What's your liability? And are you really energizing your voters that much with like sexist and racist attack? Like, it doesn't seem like it's helping that much. Like, you're better off focusing on your populist, nationalistic rhetoric, your isolationist stuff, right? We need to lock up the border, tariffs, fuck China, like stuff like that. I don't know why you would, but hey, listen, I mean, if they want to, what the fuck do I know? What do I know? Show me the big nice graph. Am I able to see that somewhere? I mean, they showed Trump with a pretty solid lead. +8, +5. A few days ago it was +2, +3. A little spookier. +3, +3, +5. But even more than Trump, JD Vance is so fucking insulting to women. He's way more what me and my girlfriends are pissed about. All women saw The Handmaid's Tale, even though no guy has. I don't even know what The Handmaid's Tale is. Do you think RFK endorsing Trump is going to make a big impact on the race? I'm not sure about that. That could be spooky. Maybe that's like, I wonder, what if RFK is able to make a bid for like a cabinet position between Trump or Kamala? Because like his endorsement could swing things. Who knows? What's your take on the Iraq and Afghanistan wars? Is there a counter to the mainstream take that it was all for oil and USA? Saying they were for oil is fucking retarded. The Iraq war was a bad war. That was stupid. It probably was more like geopolitical interests than like the genuine care and concern of any of the people in the region. But just saying it was like for oil, it's an oversimplification of everything over there.
Abroad.
Can't believe this is how he's trying to sell on the idea of a woman president.
Abroad. 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 Abroad.
47. Okay, that wasn't that funny. I thought there was going to be more there, but okay.
Trying to actually would have helped secure our southern border because he thought trying to actually solve the problem would hurt his campaign. He doesn't. Do not boo. Vote. Would have helped.
Does he have a phone set up recording his TV? Explain what this is here. What do you think the primary reason is when election results don't match polls? Are people being dishonest in the polls? No, they tend to match the polls decently well. People just don't understand any percentage besides 0%, 100%, or 50%. Yeah, he got blown the fuck up on this tweet. Ella Emhoff being a part of the first family has the potential to radicalize American parents. I'm for women living the lives they want, but this is pretty much the nightmare scenario for most people with a daughter. Like, there is some point that might be salvageable in here, maybe. The thing that the thing that I'm the most irritated about, though, and I know this firsthand as a streamer, is trying to sum up somebody's appearance with like a still from a video is one of the worst and dumbest things I think you can ever do. And obviously, like the work guy, wear guy, or whatever, you had like a bunch of other like way more flattering pictures. But What's the salvageable point? I mean, most people in America probably envision their daughters growing up like having a more traditionally feminine appearance, having a more traditionally feminine candor, aura. What am I thinking of? Something like this. It's probably like more common. But we've got like the face, the unflattering picture that's still from a video. Like obviously we're trying to show her in the worst light possible. It's probably not fair. Why is Nate Silver so broken on Biden? I think that people not trusting his prediction model and then not giving him credit when he was probably one of the more fair predictors for 2016, I think destroyed his brain. I don't know how reliable Nate Silver's commentary is for anything anymore. And doesn't he say he supports RFK now? He supports Kamala? Wait, does he? I thought I read that he said he supported RFK. I feel like I read a tweet by this. The Derek guy has a lot more flattering pictures of her. So like whatever you think about her in this picture, this is like a very unflattering picture. It is. But like this looks perfectly fine. Actually, and not even actually, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even say this looks perfectly fine. This looks like somebody who's very conscientious of appearance and has like a very good understanding of their presentation as well, right? These are really well put together outfits, and obviously like her hair looks nice, it's cute. She's like doing more than even just wearing like a standard nice outfit. Assuming all three of these are the same person, they are, right? Like, yeah. So like when you have like better posed, more prepared like pictures, and then you're posting something like this is kind of I feel like this is a little, oh, she's a fashion designer? Oh, okay, well, yeah. I think Nate Silver said on a podcast with Ezra Klein that he wouldn't vote for Biden, but he will Kamala. Okay. What is the point? She's ugly, so she's a fuck up as a woman? No, probably just that most families want like traditionally masculine and traditionally feminine children. That's how, it's probably what most parents generally want. And that's probably generally true. If you understand the State Department lied to the American public regarding weapons of mass destruction to justify the invasion. I don't know if the State Department did. I thought that was just Bush's and Cheney's department that did it. Why do you immediately believe the State Department's press briefings regarding Israel-Palestine, specifically the peace negotiations? There's a lot of different people that report on these things. And there's, like, if contradictory stuff comes out, then you can read it, but there's not that much disagreement over what's being reported on now. It's not like there's a ton of different narratives out there. Why are none of the Dems talking about the elector scheme and insurrection? I would think that'd be their main running point. It's too complicated. It's too complicated. Nobody gives a fuck about civics.
I have a sword too. Don't forget it.
I'll take that. I'll take it.
What?
The sword.
What do you mean you'll take it? You can't take it. I'll fight you with it.
No, I won't take it. I will eat it.
You can't eat it. It's metal. Look, it's... I don't know what you're saying. It's flare metal. See?
Should people give a fuck, Destiny? Like, should it be a priority in school? I think it should be. I think it should be the #1 priority. Abso-fucking-lutely. Obviously. But...
Do you have any advice for young artists?
Kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding.
Jesus. Guys, just because you watch my stream doesn't mean you can talk like that in real life, okay? I think we have to watch the Sean video after this Tiger King thing. I don't even know what the point of this debate is, but...
Word that you had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite, and you joked about it on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
Damn.
There was that rumor that you had a male appendage.
BZ,
on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
Why the hell am I going to waste my time and give a press release about whether or not I have a penis? My fans don't care, and neither do I.
There was that rumor that you...
Hello, Stephen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. What's up?
Awesome. Very exciting. What I'm going to do is to start the streaming soon screen, and we should get the call any minute, probably in the next 10, could be as many as like 15 minutes. But
will that phone number go away on the bottom of the thing? Because I don't want that to pop up on stream, obviously.
Can you say that one more time?
Is that phone number going to pop up on stream on the bottom left? Or is there a way to hide that? Because I don't want that to show up on stream. Do you know what I'm saying?
It won't show. That one's actually mine. So the way I'm...
Oh wait, never mind. I can hide non-video participants. That's fine. I got it. I'm good.
But yeah, this should be fun. Let me just start the stream. I think we should be good. And then we'll know.
Joseph Sienkiewicz started flying some new flags on his Stratford house this week. The U.S. flag, probably obvious reason.
Yes, the country's flag, obviously, yeah.
And the Nazi. Joseph.
Why would he do this?
That's the country's flag, obviously, yeah.
And the Nazi